So, sweet corn, what a treat. We look forward to this all summer. So, it's important to know how to tell when it's getting ready, when it's ripe to pick. This variety is called candy corn, and it's got this distinctive purple on the stalks and on the ears. What we're looking for in order to tell when it's getting ready, or when it is ready to pick, is first thing I look for is how brown the silks are. And the silks, each silk corresponds with a kernel on the cob. And in order for it to pollinate and to fill out and mature, the pollen has to travel from up there in the tassels down to each silk. And it travels down, and then when it's pollinated, each kernel will fill out. And it starts at the bottom, kind of works its way up. So I look and see that the silks are nice and brown, and sometimes there's like on this one here, a little white on the edge of the husk too. And then it should feel, nice and full and firm, kind of like a water balloon that's blown up. And I know people who are really skilled at this, and they can just touch it and tell. But sometimes until I know with any particular situation, I'll just open it up and take a peek. And what you're looking for, this looks pretty good, what you're looking for is the kernel's filled out right to the tip. And if you puncture this with your nail, the juice that comes out shouldn't look watery. It should look a little bit milky. And I have to say, I've even kind of bent over and taken a little nibble, because it should taste really good too. But that looks about perfect to me. So then if it's ready, you just break it off. So usually you have 2 ears on a stalk of corn, and usually the one that's kind of at the top is ready a couple days before the one below it. So you can kind of feel this one and check it. Sometimes they're ready on the same day, but sometimes it's a couple days later. So we can just take a peek and see how this one looks. Well, this one looks pretty ready too. Now you can see that, or I can see at least, that the very tip didn't get pollinated here because there's no kernels filled out for whatever reason. But the rest of these look really nice. So it looks like in this particular case, they're both ready the same day. So go ahead and take them both. The other issue and the major pest problem with sweet corn is the cornworm. And that's often an issue, especially later in the season like it is now, mid-September, and the price that we pay for not using chemical sprays. Although there are organic methods of controlling it. But on a small home garden scale, I just often go through the ears a few days before I think they might be ready and open them up and see if there's a worm in there. And if there is, I'll just knock him out so he can't eat anymore. Yep, see, there's one right there crawling around. Up there he was, just fell out. So again, knocking, maybe I'll look and make sure there's not any more. And this, yeah, and then I can just close it back up and let it finish maturing without having the worm in there to eat any more of it. So when it's just picked, of course, it's going to be delicious, sweet, and ready to eat. And the people used to say that you had to have a pot of boiling water ready as you were out here picking your corn, which of course is still a great thing to do. But most of our modern varieties are bred to hold their sugars a little bit longer than 30 seconds after picking. And this variety, candy corn, is what's called a sugar enhanced variety, and I love these varieties. They're my favorite for growing at home because they have a wonderful corn flavor, but it's a day or two leeway on when you pick it out in the field and how long it'll hold at home too. And it still has a really good corn flavor. Whereas in the store, most of the corn varieties that are available now are what are called super sweet, which are to me almost like candy. And they'll hold a week, but they don't have the great flavor that homegrown corn has. So I really look for what are called the sugar enhanced varieties, like candy corn and others, and that just fresh picked, eat it the same day is really going to give you your best sweet corn experience, in my opinion.